You are welcome to today's class. So yesterday we were sorting out F statements, F statements uses to validate password username. So we deal on this yesterday on how to validate password and username. Now I want to tell you, I've already explained how to find an odd number. This is a method where we input value, then which we use to look for odd and even number. So we declare a variable called number and the integer to accept input of so so we said if the number is less than 2, print number should not be less than 2. Else, if the number modulus 2 is equal to 0, print number is an even number. Else, if the number is an odd number. So this is a program to check for even and odd number. So let me run it. Now when I put 2, it will say 2 is an even number. So now let me put 3. It will say 3 is an odd number. So that is how it works. Now we're moving to looking for odd number and even number using the list comprehension, using comprehension method to look for odd and even number. We say if number is equal to int, input a number, then this is in process we are assigning an input to a number. Then we said we declare a variable called result equal to, if the even number is a modulus, if the even number is modulus to equal to 0 as odd number. This is a comprehensive statement. So this is a process of writing code in a straight line in a comprehensive method. So it's going to print using the f format to print. So you're going to print the number is an result, meaning this number is an even number. So I will just put 3. When I run it, it will say it's an even number. When I input 2, it will tell me it's an odd number, is an even number. Then that one is odd number. 3 is odd number. 3 is odd number. So now we are going to a Python code to check if a word is palindrome. So do you know what is the meaning of palindrome? Hello Bashira. No, okay. A palindrome is a word that have same it's a word that have same letter at the beginning and at the end. For example, level. You see level, let me write level. You see level have L, and at the beginning it have L, at the end it have L. So this is that word is a palindrome. So do you understand it? Okay, now let's run the program. Now this program say that when word is equal to input, meaning any word they imputed will be assigned to word. So we are declaring a variable input. Input, enter a word, then assign it to a word. So we say if the word is equal to, if this word is equal to the word index, you remember we use index to sort a number, to get a number, like we sort a list to get a particular list. Remember, we use index to sort. Remember? Hello, Bashira. Hello, Bashira. Do you remember when we use indexing to sort? Okay. Now, whenever the input number inside this input, it will automatically reverse it with this indexing. Then it will check if the normal word you insert is equal to the reverse. Once it's equal to the reverse, it will print the word is a palindrome. Now let me enter a word. Let me enter momo. You see, this word is not a palindrome. Let me enter level. I'm coming. I did not spell level well. So let me enter level. You see, this word is a palindrome. So Bashira, can you give me a word that has a a letter at the beginning and also at the end, a palindrome? Can you give me an example of a palindrome? Envelope. Okay. Now, envelope is a palindrome. So let me just copy it for you to see. Then now let me run. We are using the index method, so try to practice on it. See how it works. This is the code I just created. I created it on my own for us to see. I don't want to be typing and be delaying time, so I just prepared this note for us to focus on it. So try to practice on indexing. You have the knowledge of indexing. Work on this code. If you can screenshot this code. Examine the process of how it works. So you see, envelope is not a palindrome. I don't know why it said it's not a palindrome. I don't know why it said it's not a palindrome. Let's see. Maybe it's my network. And also, Python is case sensitive. Case sensitive means that if an alphabet starts with a capital letter, and you want to call that alphabet, it must be a capital letter. It's showing me it's not a palindrome, but let me see if the level is a palindrome. So I don't know why it's telling me it's not a palindrome. Let's see. Yeah, okay, okay, I see. A palindrome is spelled from the reverse side. You can spell it at the reverse side. I see. You can spell a palindrome at the reverse side. So I see level. When you turn level to the other side, you can spell it. When you turn it to the right, to the other side, you can turn it. So can you give me an example? So envelope is not a palindrome because you cannot turn it to the other side. So generate an example for me. Hello, Bashira, are you still in class? Envelope is not a palindrome. Bashira, so I would like you to speak. So envelope is not a palindrome. So you can you can give me a word that is a palindrome. Envelope is not a palindrome because you cannot spell it from the other side, from the backward side. You cannot spell it from there. So it's not a palindrome. So look for a word that is a palindrome. Hello, Bashira. Okay. Okay, let's see if this word, yeah, it's a palindrome. Refer. Refer is a palindrome. Refer is a palindrome. So this is how it works. Eh? This is how it works. So we are going to look. This is also the same way when if you want to use um the comprehension method. So this is also the easy way to generate a palindrome. So refer is a palindrome. So let's move. This also the same way. So I want to say this is the end of this one. So I'll go to the next course. So we have successfully end everything about if else statement. So if else statements have been ended, now we want to focus on our course for today. Today we are going to look into function. Function. So a function a function is a method to which it to which it can make our program um, run easily with a simple code or a little task, unlike creating a multiple task to arrive to a solution. Just let me use an example. Maybe you have seen a calculator before, Bashira. I believe you have seen a calculator before. So a calculator have its own function. You see the plus function, the plus button is a function, the minus button is a function because there is a written code that is under it that perform those calculations, unlike you pressing it once and it will calculate for you. No, there is a code that is under it that perform those calculations. Hmm? It's just like a function help to minimize code. It help to minimize code. So I believe you understand it like that. So we are looking for uh, uh, a list of number. We are looking for a list of number to we are looking for a maximum number in a list of numbers. So we are going to create a list. Remember, a list is created using a curly bracket. We are going to create a list called 1 called 2 9 48 8 11 50. then then we want to check for the maximum number. So to check for a maximum number, you use the maximum process to sort to sort sort for the maximum number. This is a function. But if we want to run it through the hard way, now if we want to run it through the hard way, this is the process. But let me use the function to show you an example of what I want to explain. So okay, now they say the maximum number is 40 is 50, right? Is 50 the maximum number. When we say maximum, we mean the highest. When we say minimum, we mean the lowest. So when I put minimum here, when I put meaning it will tell me 2. When I put maxi, it will tell me 50. This is how to check the minimum and maximum number. But normally, if there is no function called maximum, this is a way to arrive to this function here, this simple code. This is the process. If we talk about sorting of lists, we talk about sorting when we use the sort and the sorted. Now, for us to get it, if there is no function like this called the mass, so for us to sort this number, we are going to use the sort method. We are going to use the sort method to sort this number. When you sort it, it will sort it from the smallest to the biggest. Or when we remove when we remove this reverse to be true, it will sort from ascending to if we sort for ascending. But when we put the true, it will sort for descending. So now we are using this sorted method to sort for this list. So I don't know if you remember when we talk about sort and sorted in list. Bashira. Okay. Now, now, so when he sorts it, you remember the sorted do not change, while the sort changes. No, so we use this sort, we declare a variable so that this sort cannot be changed when we call it with the variable. So this is a list and a list of number. Then we declare a variable called sort. We use the sort function. Then we index it. When we index it, we are getting the max, so the maximum number. When we index it, it will descend, it will arrange this sort, arrange it from the highest to the lowest. So remember, when we index 0, when we index 0, 0 is the first number. Automatically, when we index 0, 0 is the first number here. 0 is the first number. Remember, we talk about 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0 here, 0 here is the first number. 0 is the first number. Is the first number. So when we run, whatever that came here, it will be 50. Automatically, this sorted has already sort this number, arrange it like this. This 50 will come here, this 11 will come here. It will reverse it, automatically reverse it from the ascending to the descending order. So when it reverse it, it will reverse it from the ascending to the descending order. So this is how it came about. So I believe you understand this code. Okay. Now we are moving forward. So still the same way to sort. Now if you want to sort, now you can still use this method. You talk about the reverse. We talk about reverse method. Now we declare my list, then we use dot reverse. When it reverse it, automatically we index it with 0, then it will print the maximum number. Still the same way to sort. Then when we sort it, it will start from it will sort it from the lowest to the highest. Then you use the we talk about forward and backward indexing, so we use the backward indexing. So this is the method to sort. So you can also use the if statement. So this if statement, now we declare a number, a list of number, and we assign it to a number. The highest number is equal to the index of 0. So the highest, meaning you are indexing it to the highest number. Now when you index 0, it will store here as the highest number. We say for num in numbers, if num is less than the highest number is equal to number, then print the highest number is number. Let me run it. So I don't know if you understand it. Okay, if you do not understand, let me copy this, then create a code here, then let me paste it. Now let me copy this here and paste it with, let me call here highest I, then equal to, let me say here is num1. Okay, now let me print num1, let me print I. Okay, the I is 2. Now it's we index it. Remember our index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, so we say if number in num and number is greater to 0, to the index 0, the number is equal to none, and the highest number is equal to none. Print the highest number is 50. I don't know if you understand. If you understand, I want to see your comments. It's a kind of. Are you sure? Are you sure? If you understand, though, let me explain it for you. See, for number in numbers, okay, we declare a variable num. We say in numbers, we are checking in these numbers. If this num we declare is greater or equal to is greater than 0 here, than any number here, then if the number is equal to num, if it's equal to num, then print the highest number. Print the highest number. So any number that is inside, here will automatically be print to 50. So let me change the index to minus 1. Let's see. It will still be 50. So now we have done our own part. Now we are into function declaration. So hello, are you still in class? I need your response. Okay, now we are into function declaration. How those methods came about. How did they declare it? How did they declare the maximum function? How did they declare the reverse function? How did they make it? How did they create it? That is what we are going to look now. How did they create those functions? So to create a function, you use a statement called def. Def means, to me, it means default. But once you are creating a function, you start it with def. Then the name you are creating, you are declaring a function. What are you going to call that function? That is what this place is talking about. So when you create a function called def, and the function name, then the bracket. Inside this bracket, this is where you put your parameters like what you want the function to work on, anything. But let us write a simple function. Let us see how a simple function works by printing this is a function. Now when we call this function, we call the function by the function name. When we call it, it will print this is a function for us. I'm coming. So this is a function. Automatically, we did not call the print, we only call the function name. Automatically, when you are calling the function name, you make sure you put the bracket, then it will print the function. Now we want to create a simple function to add two numbers. Remember, when we are adding two numbers, we we declare variables for them. We declare a variable. This is a method where you can input any numbers, but using this function you can input many numbers. You can call it elsewhere and input any number. It's not static, it's dynamic, because you use alphabets to declare it, so any number can be inserted. So we declare a function, then add it to a num, then a parameter called a and b, then we declare a variable, then equal to a plus b. Then we say this function, print it for me. Return means print. We print. In function we use return to return a number or a value, anything we want to return. So let us print this. So we have declared a function like this. Now when we want to call it, we will declare a variable called, we will declare a variable for us called maybe C or anything. We use C here. Let me use E so that you will not misunderstood what I'm going to teach. So now you know, so you know we have declared our function here. We did not input any variable, or we did not input any values. Now we are going to input value by calling the variable name, then we input a value, then we print. Look at it. Automatically this 4 has been replaced here, this 5 has been replaced here, this 4 has been replaced here, and this 5 has been replaced here. This is how it works. Automatically when you call the function, you put your parameters, it will add it. So when I put 14 and run it, automatically it will run it. Simple. So I don't know if you understand this method. So I don't know if you understand. Yeah, okay. So we are going to write in a function to add to number. So with this, I believe you can write your own. You can write your own code. So still the same thing apply here. We have a number called, see, we are calling this function because we had already declared this function. We have already declared this function. So what I'm going to do is just to call the name and the parameters. Call the name and the parameters. Call the name and the parameters. Still the same way here. You know, we have already declared a function here. Now, so we declare a variable. We don't want to put this 20 inside here. We don't want to put this 40 inside here. So we assign a variable called num1 and num2, then assign values to it. Automatically we call this num1 inside here, inside the parameter, call the num2 inside there, and declare a result called result, then we call the function. When we call it, then it will automatically add it for us. This is the simplest way. The code has already been written upstairs, right? So it's just for you to call and it will print. Call and print. That is how function work. So you can write a function to greet. You can write a function to say hello. You can write anything to it. So we are going to, you can use a function to check for maximum and minimum number. can use a function to check for maximum and minimum number. So it did not greet. Why? Because my function has not been run. So let me run it. If I run it, automatically it will greet me hello momo. So this is a function. So this is a function. Okay, you didn't remember this code when I explained to you how to check for maximum and minimum number. So see, this is the same way to write it with a function. It's simple and easy for us to run using a look at it. You have a lot of code to write, but with function you have a simple line of code to write. So we declare a function, the function name, the parameter called list. We say maximum number is equal to list. Then for num in list, if num is less or equal to maximum, then maximum is equal to num, print maximum. Automatically it will print the maximum. And so still the same function here. The function we use a long process to search for maximum number. Look at just the simple task. So 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 this is a practice process for you. A number practice a program to allow a user to enter the number of a sequence of digits they want to input and then find out the maximum number using a function. Create a function to a maximum number and find a maximum number and return the answer. So this is a practice question for you. So I want you to snap this process, this I want you to snap this work. I want you to snap this work, then practice on it and give me a feedback tomorrow or when you are free on Sunday. Practice on it. So now we have learned about greeting function. Now this is a function for calculator. Wow, I just skip those parts because I've already explained those parts for you. Now this is a function, our simple calculator. So this is how our calculator work. This is how our calculator function. So this is how our calculator function. So I want you to, I believe now you are good in programming. You cannot be a programmer. You cannot tell me that you are not good in programming now. So I want you to now to explain for me everything that is written here. Explain this code here, because I will not be the one to be explaining. So now teach me, Bashira. Explain. I want you to write it, or you can speak if you desire to speak. So I'm waiting for you. I must see your response before we continue our class. So you can explain the code for me. I've displayed it on the screen for me. So teach me now. Teach me what's happened here. So this is a training where each and every one of you must be equipped, must be good in explaining code and writing code. So I in my previous classes most times I make errors for us to have a good idea, to have an understanding in our program we are writing, to tell us that there is a time when we meet up with errors, how are we going to sort it? There is a time when we are going to be in public, how are we going to sort it? Apart from coding, if you can be able to defend yourself in public, you are good, you are a genius. So errors, how have you been able to fix your errors, how have you been able to amend your errors, matters a lot in life. So this is a time when you are learning, make sure you learn and how to fix errors, how to defend yourself in public. So now it's time for us. The programming is getting tougher and it's getting better for us to learn. After this process of coding, we are going to analysis. And analysis is simple, though it does not need much line of coding, but you have to have the basic knowledge of Python. That's why I took time to train you guys through um, Python programming. I took my time so that you have the knowledge of Python programming, so that when we are going to into analysis of data properly, you will have a good understanding. When you see use the pandas, the NumPy, you see them when we analyze the data, when we work with data, when we check for info, we check for the heads, we check for non values, we clean data, how we organize our data and all, how we print our data, how we display our data. So I'm waiting for you, Bashira. Eh? You can't explain it. Why? It, why you can't explain it? Why? We have been explaining if statements. So why? Tell me why you can't explain it. Hello? Hello? Why can't you explain it? Hello? Okay. You don't have time to practice. No problem. True. This week, practice on it. You have Sunday and Monday. Practice on code. How to write a code. Practice on it. No, so this code now is a simple calculation. This is def when we declare our function and we say calculator. We declare a calculator name using calculator underscore two numbers. This is a function name. Okay, we can call it like this: a calculator. A calculator. Let's say calculator. Then say calculator. So now automatically we are creating a simple calculator. We tell the Python program to impute whatever that is coming, any number that is coming in, then we convert any string number that is coming to integer. So this is an input when we declare, then converting it to integer. So we assign this integer input to num1, we assign this integer input to num2, then we have an operator operator means plus, minus, divide, division. These are operators. So we say input operator. So whenever the person want to calculate, the person must impute a calculator, an operator must impute an operator, the plus, the minus, the division, it must impute it. So now we said if operator is equal to plus, meaning if the operator is equal to plus to this, whatever that is coming here is equal to this, return 1 plus 2, whatever that is coming in. If it's equal to plus, return 1 plus 2. Still the same way using the elif. We said if the operator is minus, then return num1 plus the minus. So if the operator that is coming here is times, times in computer is asterisk. So if it's coming here, the input that is coming here is asterisk, then return 1 plus times 2. Remember, return is print in def. You can also use print too, but return is mostly used in def. So we said if the operator is equal to slash, then or if it's not equal to 0, return 1 slash 2. Then s cannot be divided by 0. S return invalid operator. So I don't know if you understand what I just explained. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hello, Bashira, can you hear me now so that I can start explaining again? It seems that the network is breaking, but I guess your network is poor. It has a poor connection here because it's showing me. So, so are you hearing me now? So, should I start explaining again? Hmm? Should I start explaining? Okay. I said the def calculator calculator is used to declare a variable. Yeah, this calculator is used to declare a variable, to declare a name of the function. While the def is a default, is mostly used in function, declaring a function. For the system to recognize that it's a function, you must use the def. Then we are creating a simple calculator which requires three inputs. Require three inputs. We have one, your input one and your input two. You know you are calculating, two numbers, right? Then the operators, whether it's divide, whether it's multiplication, whether it's subtraction, we are calculating it. So we just want to know the input that you want to perform. Now if now we declare a condition said if an operator is equal to the operator input you imputed. Now anything you want to calculate, if it's equal to plus, then it should add. If it's equal to minus, if it's minus you want to calculate, it should add it as minus. If it's plus you want to if it's times you want to calculate, you should add it to times. This is how it will check a condition. Then it will also check if the number is not even equal to is not equal to 0, then it will return a statement for us. Then it will return divide slash the 2. Then we will say s cannot divide by 0. S return the invalid operator. Now when we run it now, then we call the operator name, calculator name, then we run. We want to input number, we want to add to number. We want to add to number 6 4. Let me put the sign. Let me say minus. The operator is minus, right? It will say 2. It will say 2. Okay. Now let me put 0. Let me say divide. It you say cannot divide 0. So this is how the simple calculator works. So I don't know if you understand this now. Bashira. Okay, now we are moving to our next. We talked about palindrome before. Now you want to use a function to check if it's a palindrome. If it's a palindrome. Now this is the method to check if it's a palindrome. Now we are using this to check if it's a palindrome. Now clean, we declare we declare the parameters. Now we said if clean string is equal to dot join string dot split. Now this is a program dot up lowercase. This dot lower is also used for to use in capitalizing in cases when we have the lower, the upper. This is a function for declaring a lowercase. Now we said if whatever that is coming here, whatever you input here in the parameter, string, we declare a variable clean string, then join it with a string dot split. A split is a function, is a method used to separate. So whatever that is coming here, then return it and equal to the word, then run it. It will print true. It will print true is a palindrome. Once the word, you input the word and it will reverse it, it will tell you it's not a palindrome. So this is another method. So let me put level. It will tell me true because it has already split each word that is coming. It will split it and join. It will split and join. Split and join. When we create an empty string here, because we declare a string, we have declared a string, then we say clean string is equal to whatever string that is coming, join it to a string and split it, then dot lowercase, then the dot string is equal to the string. So I don't know if you understand this code. If I did not explain it well, just say it so that I will explain it well. Okay, it is confusing now. Okay, let me show you something. Let me copy this. Let me say 2. Let me say girl. Okay, let me show you how the dots. Let me show you how the lower works. Now, this is taking us to lower or up. I want to explain the lower and upper cases. Now, let me print clean. So now you see, when I turn this girl and I put it in upper cases, it will print upper. Okay, did you see the did you see the upper, the lower case, how did it the how it works? Now when I impute capitalize, it will print, it will make the first word to be capital letter. So I've explained it for you now. Okay, now let me use split. Let me say split, the split. Okay, you see the dot split, we split it and put it inside a bracket. It converts it to a list. When I run it, it will convert it to a list. Okay, but let me say join. Let me join the name. Split it. Name. Then I'll say lowercase. Then let me run it. When I run it, it did not do anything. Why? This program splits automatically. When it splits everything, it will split everything, yeah, then and join it and turn it to lowercase. This split everything, like break it down, like it will separate everything, yeah, the G, the I, the arrow, the L, then later on and join it then into lower cases. So it's just like, oh, I don't know how to put this for you to understand. It's just like scattering every letter the person input, or any letter input, just like rearranging it. So let me say it's used to rearrange the join, the split, everything here. This statement is used to rearrange and join back. So when you join it, we said if normally what you have joined here, what you have arranged and joined, you split and join here, is equal to, when you sort it, like rearranging it using the sorting method, when you arrange it using the sorting method, is equal to when you arrange it using the sorting method. So if they are equal, then print true. That is the method. So I believe you understand now. Hello? Okay, yeah. So now let's go. We'll talk about the calculator. Now we are going to check about factorial calculator. So can you explain for me factorial? What is factorial? In mathematics, I remember you work with factorial when you say n 2 raised to power n blah 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 blah. So I don't know what. Tell me what is factorial. And you remember factorial as formula. Hello? Can you tell me what is factorial? What do you know about factorial? So I just want to work with you. I just need the interaction between you and me so that the teaching of today will be going well. So do you know what is factorial in mathematics? Hello Bashir, are you still in class? Okay, a factorial is a function that multiply itself by every number below a function. Good. So I believe you have the understanding of factorial. Now a factorial has a formula, and the formula is n times all over factorial over bracket 1 n minus 1. So n times factorial bracket n minus 1. So this is factorial, this formula. So n, we declare a factorial, a function called def factorial. Then the n, when you input the parameters, we declare if n is equal to 0 or n is equal to 1, return 1. X, return n times factorial bracket n minus 1. N minus 1, meaning if n is equal to 0 or n is equal to 1, meaning it will print 1. But if n is not equal to that, it will go through this calculation, it will go through this process, it will calculate through this process like this. So I'm running it. So the factorial number of 5 is 120. So the factorial number of 3, the factorial number of 3 is 6. Factorial number of 3 is 6. So the factorial number of 0 is 1. The factorial number of 0 is 1. So we have done with everything here. So we want to go into list comprehension using the for loop. Okay, we have talked about list comprehension before, so I don't want to go into further, but let me explain this code for you. This is a empty list we created. We say for number in range 1 in range 5. Okay, let me copy this and show you this function. This function is used to generate number from the range of 5. The range of 5 is 0 to 4. So 0 to 4. So when I print a number from 0 to 5, it will print it. So okay, let me show you an example. No. So it will print a range number of 0 to 5. So now we have a number of 0 to 5. Now we have let me say we want to add a number of 0 to 5. So let me create a list here. Okay, list. This is an empty list. Now we want to create something different now. So we want to create something now that is different. We want to create a variable now. We want to create a variable now for I in. Now this is a range of number. We declare a function called range. Now a variable none is equal to the range of 5. Now I want to declare a function and declare the number called I. I'm giving the number, I don't know the number yet, but I'm giving it a name called I. So in range in null, so list1 dot append I. I'm bringing out the numbers. I'm bringing out the numbers in the range of 5. Then print 1. So you see, this is a list of this is a list I've created. I created this list like this. So we have list 0, list 1, 2, like that. It generated a list called it generated a list as a step. So I just wanted to create a list directly. So let me do it like this. So this is a list of numbers from the range of 0 to 4. And so when I said the range of, let me say 7, you see it will print it uh, 0 to 6. So I don't know if you understand this code, how to get a range number. So this list compression, how to get range number, how to have even numbers. So I've talked about this, how to score even numbers. You can practice on it. So now we want to check leap year. Check leap year. You know about leap year, 365 days make one, 366 days make one leap year. This is a program to calculate for leap year. We said if year modulus 4, okay, if year modulus 4 is equals to 0 and the year is equal to year is modulus 100, then print it's a leap year. I really want to show you this example for you to study. So 2025 is not a leap year. It will tell us 2025 is not a leap year because 2024 was a leap year. It has 366 days. Okay, do you know what is modulus? Bashira, do you know what is modulus? Huh? Yes, modulus. No, I know it's modulus. You know, in mathematics, you know what it means for a number to be in modulus. Okay. I think modulus is a number that can divide without a remainder. I think oh, modulus deal with remainder. The remainder. So they said when the year, you know, we declare a parameter called the year. The year is, you can put any year called 2025, 2024. So when it's divided by 4 and it divided by 4 and it has a remainder that is equal to 0, and when and also give a condition, a logic have a condition, and also if the year modulus 100 is not equal to 0, or if the year modulus 400 is not equal to 0. If they are not equal to 0, from 400 and 400, they are not equal to 0. then it will print is a leap year. But if is equal to 0, it is not a leap year. So I think we are going to end here, and have a nice day till we see next week. And next week we are going to conclude on it. So I think I'm already exhausted. So next week uh, we are going to uh, deep in function, and we are going to function. So I will call it a day. So Bashira, can I say good night from here? Okay, okay. I will move it to 8 o'clock. So can I say good night from here? So Bashira, good night. Have a nice day. Do well to study your work. Study this program. Study everything. I believe watch videos, do your assignment, do your house choice, and also try to practice on this. At least once you have a good knowledge in this, and you can be able to read a code, understand a code, and write a code, you are good. You are good. At the end of it, you may be called upon. So I will try possible next week. I will spend hours, so that on Monday I will spend like, I just want you guys to always be in class. I want to conclude this Python program, then go into analysis properly. Remember, our Python course remaining just one topic before we say goodbye to Python programming. Just one topic remaining. Then we come to our analysis, where we work with pandas, matplots, NumPy, and all that. So do have a nice day. Goodbye.